Creep night, sure to send a chill down your spine. Welcome to Creep Night. What happens when you go too far on the internet? Is there a judge, jury, and executioner? For one person, this is going to become a reality. Jamie is escorted into the cyber courtroom. She looks around to see all kinds of weird, almost animated rooms with bright lights. A judge walks into the room.
All rise, Your Honor, Judge Robert.
Judge Robert sits down behind his desk and looks over at papers. And the rest of the court sits down. The court officer says to the audience sitting in the back of the room. The officer walks up to the judge and hands him some papers.
This is case number 205, in the matter of Jamie versus Media Crimes Against the World. The parties have been sworn in and may all be seated. The audience takes their seats, except for Jamie. Jamie, do you know why you are here?
No, Jamie says in a concerned tone of voice. Jamie starts to get nervous as she looks around in this unfamiliar world she's being subjected to.
Jamie, the prosecution has made charges against you. Cruelty to other humans, cruelty to the internet and those in it, inhumane video posts to the internet, bullying others. How do you plead?
I'm innocent. I've never done any of those things. I've helped others when they needed it. I never made videos like that.
Objection, Your Honor, lying under oath. Sustained. Thank you, Honor, if we may. We would like to take a look at Exhibit A13, June 18th, 2015. I'll allow it.
The prosecution walks up and puts in a video, and a clear screen slowly slides up. And a video of the defendant is shown tripping a young lady while she was carrying groceries to her car. Jamie is seen pointing and laughing at the lady as she begins to upload the video to the internet.
As you can see, Your Honor, the defendant, Jamie, has no regard for human decency. She titled this video as taking a trip to the grocery store. The victim of this careless and tasteless prank broke her collarbone due to this fall. Judge Robert looks over at Jamie in disgust and shock. The defense team for Jamie shoots up out of their chair and says, "Objection, Your Honor. This is a harmless prank. It's irrelevant to what my client has been being charged with today." Overruled. I think this is very relevant to what your client is being charged with.
Your Honor, we would like to take a look at another video uploaded by the defendant on December 24th, 2015, 6 months after they had injured the last victim in their last video.
I'll allow it. Let's see it.
The prosecution puts in the second video. In the video, the jury can see Jamie waiting for Christmas carolers to walk fully up to the door. And when they did arrive, Jamie dumped a bucket of ice cold water on top of them.
Oh!
Objection, Your Honor. We have no way of seeing who it is in the video. How do we know that this is my client?
Overruled. Let's zoom in and see who it is.
The prosecution zooms in on the video, which shows every detail of Jamie and her wicked grin.
Your Honor, We would like to show the video on December 26th, 2015, the day after Christmas. Let's see it.
The prosecution puts in another video, this time showing Jamie stealing packages off of porches and smashing car windows. She laughed as she ran away from the house and the cars.
Your crimes are just so hideous and evil in nature. We will take a short recess, and during that time, the jury will decide whether you are guilty or innocent.
Judge Robert slammed his gavel on the desk and left the room. Jamie let out a sigh. Her lawyer, who had been shocked by all of the videos they had seen, turned to her. This isn't looking good for us. I don't know what the jury's going to come back with, but I suggest being as calm as you can be at this point. How can I be calm when I'm being torn apart by old videos I created years ago? Jamie, your last video was only a month ago, and I really hope they don't play that one. All I wanted to do was make money and make people laugh. I knew I should not have become a content creator. Jamie, there were other things you could have done besides making other people feel like crap. But there is nothing we can do about that one right now. All we can do is try to stay calm. The lawyer said as she shook her head with defeat. Jamie grew irritated. Aren't you supposed to be my lawyer? Aren't you supposed to defend me? Why are you siding with the rest of them? Look, they have evidence against you, and it's hard to defend you against that when we have nothing to defend against. 30 minutes later, Judge Robert and the jury came walking in. Judge Robert sat back down behind his desk and turned to the jury and asked, "What's the verdict?" The jury all stood up and replied in an instant. "We, the jury, find Jamie guilty on all counts of vicious, inhumane behavior in the media world and the real world." Judge Robert turned his head to Jamie and asked, "After hearing the verdict, I have no choice but to sentence you to life without parole, to watch every day all the videos that you have made over and over again. Do you have any last words before your sentence is carried out?" Jamie's mouth dropped for a split second, but then she could feel her rage starting to kick in and shouted, "For life? Just for some pranks?" Pranks? Have you seen what your so-called pranks have done to other people after you've done them? Judge Robert asked as he pointed to a large screen and asked for the results of Jamie's pranks. The screen lights up with one of Jamie's victims, an elderly lady laying in a hospital bed. Judge Robert then looks at Jamie. Due to the so-called harmless pranks that you have pulled, on December 24th, 2015, this poor elderly lady had to go to the hospital for hypothermia, not to mention that she died later that night. Do you still think your prank was harmless? Jamie's eyes had grown wide, and she had nothing else to say. Judge Robert motioned to the security guard to take her away. The guard grabbed Jamie by her arm and led her to a small room with a small gateway computer with a rusty old metal chair, where she sat and watched and rewatched her own videos. Be careful of what prank you pull and how you act to others, because you just never know who you might affect. Thank you for listening to Creep Night.